Hi, welcome to my Facebook Live. So, today I'm going to do something a little different. Today I'm going to dedicate this to fathers out there everywhere, to Father's Day, and especially to my father who is in heaven. So, today I'm going to talk about 5 life lessons I learned from my dad, and I want to share them with you. So, the first life lesson I learned from my dad is what the heart of a true giver is. So when I was a kid, growing up in a Catholic church, they have the envelopes with your names on them. And I remember my dad, one of the priests saying something to my dad, "Hey, Jerry, your envelopes are over there." And I remember my dad saying, "Well, Father, I appreciate it, but what I give is between me and the Lord." It was so sweet, but I realized my dad liked to give. He was very generous, but he gave anonymously. My favorite story is when he had his own business and he had this big white delivery truck. And every year at Christmas time, he would call the nuns who ran a children's home, and then he would load up his truck with the number of boys and girl little bicycles and deliver them to the orphanage and give them to the little kids. It was just so sweet. And one year, I think one of the little boys, he saw all the little faces peering out through the windows, and they saw him, and he was devastated because he wanted him to be from Santa Claus. But the nuns later told my dad that they thought he was Santa Claus because he had a bit of a belly. So the heart of a true giver. The second lesson I learned from my dad is that no one is a stranger. You can ask my sisters. We grew up thinking everybody knew my dad. I just thought everyone knows Jerry Musser. Well, I didn't realize until I got older it was because he talked to everyone like they were a friend. That Bible verse of be careful entertaining strangers because you may be entertaining angels unaware. My dad, I think he lived by that. He lived by everybody is a friend. And I know even towards the end when he was in the hospital with his surgeries and everything and feeling horrible, he was so sweet to his nurses. "Hi, Crystal. I'm sharing life lessons about my dad. I know that you know these too." So no one is a stranger. That was the second lesson from my dad. The third lesson from my dad is what a godly man looks like. He showed that to me through his actions. His faith was his number one thing in life, and that's how he lived life. And looking back now, what a great gift to give me as a woman growing up is to see what that looks like. So my dad owned his own business, and he owned it for years. And I worked for him for a very short period of time, but as a family, we were all involved. And I can tell you that honesty and integrity is the core values and just everything he lived through his life and his business. And I can remember him telling me many times, especially if I was frustrated about something going on, and he would always say, "Honey, the good guy always comes out on top. You may not always see it, you may not see it or be aware, but it always happens." And it's just proven to be good and true. The fourth lesson I've learned from my dad is to appreciate time. Now, towards the end of his life, all he wanted was just more time. He was not in denial that he had cancer, but towards the end, he just wanted chemo or something to slow down the progress because he just wanted more time. That I realized how precious time is. And so that's just changed how I view time and how I view life. The fifth lesson I've learned from my father is that heaven is for real. Now, I know I always believed in heaven. You read about it in the Bible and all this kind of stuff. But until you know someone like you're super close to that goes to be in heaven, it just sort of felt like this mythical place. And for me, it truly became real when suddenly my dad is there. So that changed my whole philosophy, and it changed the direction of my faith, and it just made it so much stronger because heaven is for real. And I just want to say that this weekend, with it being Father's Day weekend, if you still have your dad here on earth, and I want you to call him, I want you to hug him, I want you to tell him how you feel. And for those of you that are in the same boat as me and your father, our fathers are together in heaven, then just know this. Know that if you keep your eyes open, your heart open, and just your mind open, signs are everywhere. Signs are all around. They are still with us. They are still around us. They've never left. We just can't see them. And also know that we will see them again. So that's my quick Facebook Live I'm dedicating to my dad. Those of you that know him, and I know Crystal watching knew him very well, to know him is to love him. He was a special, special man, and I can't wait to see him again. I'm not in a big hurry, but I know I will see him again. And I'm just saying to you, Pops, happy Father's Day. I love you all. God bless.